I'm Mike and I love to talk about motorhomes. Today I'm going to show you how I clean off my slides. This has been concerning me over the last few years on how to get up on top of an A-class motorhome to clean the slides. I don't climb on the roof. I'm afraid to get on the roof of the motorhome. So the issue with the slides is not just the little debris you have when you're staying at a campsite for a few days. What prompted my concern is that when I parked my A-class motorhome at my house in Washington and it sat there for 3 or 4 months, it had a lot of pine needles and pine debris that fell down on the slides. Now, the Class A I had before, which was a production Newmar, and a lot of the Class A's, when the slide goes out, they have like a screen that moves out with it. And the theory of that screen is to keep debris from falling behind the screen and getting caught in the seals when the slide comes in. Well, that's good in theory. However, what happened when I had parked for so long was the fact that the wind had blown and moved everything around, and a lot of debris had gotten underneath the screen. So I had to get that out. Now, back in Washington at the time, I had an RTV, and I climbed on the back of it because I didn't want to lean a ladder up against my motorhome. So I got up there and I had a blower, a gas blower, and I blew off the debris, and it took care of pretty much everything. Now that I'm full timing, I don't have my RTV anymore, and I don't have the gas blower anymore. So when I was at the FCMA meeting in Perry, Georgia, I went to the RV Basics course because I wanted to learn more about motorhomes and how to take care of them and stuff like that. And I talked to a couple of the instructors, and I was telling him my situation and asked him what he did. And he said that he got a ladder and just leaned it up against and climbed up and blew it off with a blower, which sounded like a good idea for me, but I didn't want to lean a ladder up against my motorhome. I was looking for an A-frame type ladder that could fit in my motorhome so that I could carry it with me. So he sent me a brochure, and then I went online to look at ladders, and the ladder that I chose was a ladder called I think Step Ups, I think it was that. And I'll show you that in a minute and how it packs into my motorhome. Now, the concern about my motorhome when I was at the FCMA with the slides was where I was parked with the Newmar at the time. Next to me, a fellow pulls in a Newmar Ventura, and I noticed when he pulled in that he had a lot of palm leaves sticking out of his giant slide. I mean, they were just sticking out like big porcupine needles. And so after he set up, I went out and talked to him, and we were chatting for a bit. And he ended up telling me that he was having issues with his slide. They were leaking, and that when he brought it up to Newmar, they couldn't figure out what the leak was coming from. That was a similar situation I had with my Newmar. Now, when I was up there, they couldn't find anything. I looked around, but my thought is that somehow something got in when it pulled up, and the seals left an opening, and some water somehow got under there. Now, I may be all out to lunch with this idea, but this concerned me enough, at least in my mind, that I wanted to do something so when I stayed at a RV campground for a period of time, if need be, I could get up there and take a look at my slides. Again, I don't have a ladder to my roof, and I don't like to walk around on the roof of my ladder. So come on with me and I'll show you how my ladder sits nicely in the bay underneath, and then I'll pull it out and show you my theory on how I'm going to clean off debris with my system. Thank you.
Cut it off.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm pulling out my slide, and I'll show you in a minute just how nicely this ladder sits in my bay here. All right. You can see it's just perfectly fits lengthwise. And then I pull it up like this, and it's called Telesteps. And I'll get it like so, and we'll move around the other side and I'll show you how it sets up. Okay, I'm gonna take apart this, and it's handy to carry the ladder. Now the ladder opens up like so. And it starts pulling up like so. And this is the ladder fully extended. Now you can see that there's a area to stand on that has something to hold at the top, and you got to make sure everything is locked in place. And there's little green lights here, I'll show you, that tell you everything is secure. And the same thing on the other side, the lights are all green. So everything is solid. Stop it for a sec. This is my ladder, and I think it gets up around 12 feet. Now the highest standing point on this is 7 foot 8 inches, and with my height I can reach to either use a blower, which is one concept I'm thinking of using, or what I've got is, this is my cleaning apparatus that I use to wash the motorhome, and it's a telescoping unit. And I'm going to start out with this, and my theory is going to be to push it down all the way down any debris that's there. And if I can't reach it, because I've tested this a few times, then I'll walk the ladder down, make it shorter, and just kind of push debris down. This is only be if I'm at an area that's dropping a lot of debris and I'm kind of in a pickle, because I don't want this to come in and have all this debris get caught up in my seals. And as you can see, I can get up fairly high. And I can push the debris down or take a blower and blow it down. And so far I've used it, it works fine. So that's going to be how I'm going to handle debris that's on any of my 4 slides. Like I said, I have looked into getting the leaf blower, and I definitely, if I get one, would go with a battery operated one, because I'm not going to carry any fuel. But I have this, so I thought I'd go ahead and use it. Again, this may be overkill and it may not concern a lot of people, but I just don't like the fact that when I pull these slides in, there can be a lot of debris up there, and I have to get up there and take a look. Again, if you walk on your roof, not an issue. If your motorhome has a ladder, not an issue. I thought this kind of did the trick. It does fold nicely, as I showed you. Only drawback is it's a little pricey. It's about $660, so it's not cheap. Again, I thought it was something that I wanted to get so that I had the availability to get up there and keep my slides clean of debris. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you today. Hopefully this helps. If not, maybe a little something to think about with the slides. And I think my wife and I are going to be taking the motorhome to upstate New York to the Finger Lakes over the next month. So I'll be taking some videos of some of the places we're staying, and hopefully you'll gain something from our adventure. We're looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.